So a new video of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi touching down in Taiwan. She is the highest level U.S. official to set foot on the self-ruled island that is claimed by China in 25 years. The speaker's visit setting off renewed tensions between the U.S. and China. So we're going to bring in CBS News' Natalie Brand live from Washington for us with more analysis on this. Now, Natalie, what can you tell us about why Speaker Pelosi is even on this trip?
Well, Amanda, we heard from Speaker Pelosi herself in detail through an op-ed that she penned, which was released in the Washington Post around the time that she and this congressional delegation touched down. And essentially, she says, we must stand with Taiwan, which she describes as an island of resilience. I want to read part of her statement in part, which says, in the face of the Chinese Communist Party's accelerating aggression, our congressional delegation's visit should be seen as an unequivocal statement that America stands with Taiwan, our democratic partner, as it defends itself and its freedom. But she also goes on to note in this statement, and it's something that White House officials have also reiterated, that this trip, her visit, does not contradict longstanding U.S. policy, which supports Taiwan's democratic practices and values and its right to self-defense. But according to the One China policy in the U.S., the U.S. position, it does not support Taiwan independence, Amanda.
Okay, and Natalie, what has been the U.S. response to rising rhetoric out of China about this trip?
Well, here on Capitol Hill, there is bipartisan support from her colleagues, of course, to Republican leadership who said that they support this visit and that it should not be up to China to dictate where high-ranking U.S. officials go or don't go. And the White House has also tried to emphasize in recent days that while it's been the first time in 25 years that a House Speaker has made a visit to Taiwan, this kind of a trip is not without precedent, does not break new ground, and again, does not change U.S. policy, therefore should not elicit any sort of escalation by China, even though we've heard these warnings and threats from China. And the Secretary of State even said if this trip does elicit some sort of escalation, that's on Beijing.
Okay, so Natalie, I want to read you this quote from a Chinese spokeswoman before the speaker landed in Taiwan. It says, quote, "The U.S. side will bear the responsibility and pay the price for undermining China's sovereign security interests." Now, have we heard anything else from China in the last few hours?
Well, they put out another statement, again, essentially calling this trip provocative, noting that Speaker Pelosi is the third highest ranking U.S. official. She and the delegation were traveling on board a U.S. military aircraft. And again, they've used this word provocative many times. But CBS News spoke to an expert on the region, and he believes that this trip will not result in what he described as a stern military response from China. He says he doesn't believe that China wants to start a war over this visit, but he thinks that we might see some hacking against Taiwanese and potentially American assets, as well as perhaps pressure on Taiwanese and potentially American business. So that's his take. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yes, Natalie, thank you for breaking down all the discussions surrounding this trip.